Hello, everyone, and welcome to Health is Wealth. Hope that this message finds you doing well, that you're healthy, active, alive, and grateful for all the blessings. So, I just wanted to come on here briefly because there's been some topics that have been coming up in discussion with friends, family, with different groups I'm a part of. And so, what I'm noticing is a theme around when it comes to health and wellness. This particular topic is really around mindset, the health of our minds. And so what I'm finding is that whether you're trying to eat healthy, get in shape, be your best self, that our minds are much more powerful than we think. So I actually did a recent talk to a group of students at a local university here about a week ago. And I did a discussion called When Life Gets Tough, Remember to Push. And so I covered my experiences in life growing up and my accomplishments, the blessings I've had, and to be able to travel, learn, grow in many ways. And so I was just sharing with them my quote unquote path to success or life lessons. Even though I'm daily learning, daily growing, I was sharing up to what I've learned up to this point in my life with the students. So it was a great time. I really enjoyed the discussion. And so what was coming up, one young lady in the group actually asked a question at the end. And part of it was a question, part of it was her verbal declaration expressing some frustration. And so pretty much she had said that she's at this quote unquote fork in the road. She's experiencing some sort of anxiety and tension around decision making, particularly as it relates to her next steps after college, and the fear of being released from the safety net called college life. And so I was explaining to her my own journey of going through college and graduate school and what I've learned and the safety net of being this never-ending scholar, lifetime scholar, and always jumping from one program to another or one school to another, and what that means and what that really speaks about our own internal navigation. And so I was just expressing to her, she's in a very common place. She's in a place that's really popular, particularly around college students and or those that are going through a transition. So when you're in one place and you're transitioning to another, you're graduating college and you're deciding whether you're going to go to work or go to graduate school. When you just got married and you're trying to figure out your journey of what this new role means. When you're a new parent and you're trying to, so the transitions, which I actually did another video called While I'm Waiting, Transitions of Life. And so you can watch that. So I don't want to repeat what's in that video, but I just want to emphasize that I made that video not knowing, kind of just being led to really, divinely led to do that topic, which informed the meeting and the presentation I did with the students. So today's topic I want to focus on is the mindset and the health of our minds. And so sometimes what happens is that we tend to self-sabotage, or a new term I learned in this group that I'm a part of, a mastermind, a group of local movers and shakers and game changers, was a term called I think it was self paralysis or self-hypnosis or whatever the term was, but it was really similar to this idea that whenever an opportunity comes your way, instead of seeing it in your mind and receiving it as a wonderful opportunity where you can grow or learn or stretch yourself or get out of your comfort zone to be able to grow, instead what happens is, if you have a limited mindset or a limiting belief that's holding you back, what will happen is you look at the opportunity as a threat, or you look at the opportunity pushing up against your fears, pushing up against your fear of success, fear of failure, fear of doing something different, fear of what other people are going to say, fear of what other people think, fear of whatever BS that we have swimming in our minds. And so the power of the mind is that you're able to train your subconscious mind. You really have an opportunity to reprogram the mind, so that way whenever you see an opportunity, you see it as an opportunity. Or when you're going through a challenging time in life, you see value in somewhere in there, because there's growth and there's an opportunity to be made aware or humbled, or be able to stretch in the way you see it, right? So there's different benefits even in times of trouble or times of struggle or storms in life. So what the mind is able to do, the mind is really powerful. We really underestimate the power of the mind. That whenever you see something, an opportunity, a great thing, a challenge, a hardship, you see it not necessarily as in, oh my gosh, this thing is going to make me or break me, but you see it as you see it as separate from you. You see the opportunity or the situation as separate from your identity. There's actually a wonderful talk I heard recently. It was Oprah interviewing this gentleman. I forget his name. It wasn't a recent incident, but I came across it recently. So it was one of her, on her own program around soul, soul Sundays or Super Soul Sundays, right? And so it was wonderful because this presenter she was speaking with was sharing that a lot of times we marry our identity with the opportunity, or we marry our identity with the issue, right? And so we say, I am, an engineer. I am a mother. I am a millionaire. I am poor. I am. So whatever it is, we're attaching that very condition or that experience as integral piece to our identity. And the challenge and the problem with that is once we lose the condition, the title, the status, the material things, the opportunity, or we release ourselves from the hardships, whatever the case may be, positive or negative, we no longer know who we are. Yeah. That was, I had to take a breath on that one. So let me say that one more time because I just really have to hit this point. I'm just feeling strongly prompted to really stay right here. I want to hear that. I want you to hear that one more time. And if you're taking notes, please do. And I really, whatever speaks to your spirit in this moment, please receive it. And be open to receive it. And so what happens a lot of times is we tend to tie our identity to our experiences or our conditions or our issues, whether it's positive or negative. For example, I am poor. I am rich. I am a millionaire. I am an engineer. I am a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a mother. I am lazy. I am successful. I am perfect. And I am a genius. Everybody's always out to get me, and life is just so hard. Whatever that thing is, there's this programming that's part of our deep conditioning in our subconscious level. And over 80%, 70 to 80%, I believe it is, of our decisions are based on our subconscious activity, our subconscious brain activity. So this is powerful. I mean, if you get this and you get it right, this is a game changer. Your 2019 will not be like 2018 or anything that came before it. If you just get this point and you hone in and you drill it into your life as you know it is done. It's changed. It's a wrap. Understand the power of the mind. So whatever we're speaking to ourselves is negative self-talk, that, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this, or I'm not good at math, and I'm just always late. That's just how it is. And it's always struggling, and it's really expensive out here. The cost of living is just really hard. All this stuff we're feeding our brain. Guess what our brain is doing? Our brain is taking that, codifying it, putting it within our subconscious, and we are living that out. Whatever you focus on, you will bring to you. So it could be two completely different people having a very similar experience and having a similar outcome because of the mindset of that experience. Example. So let's say you have two people who have a car, very similar make and model, very similar year, similar colors, similar features and amenities to the vehicle, right? One of them is like complaining all the time. Man, this car is just so like whack, and I really want better wheels, and I want to have the latest vehicle, and I just can't stand this car, and man, I always got to fill up gas. This car eats up so much gas, and all that negativity. That's one experience of one person's having about the same car. It could be another person, same situation as far as the vehicle, the year of the vehicle, the make and model. This person's like, oh, I'm so grateful that I have a car. I'm so thankful that I can get to work with this vehicle. I am so grateful that I have the financial ability to fill up my gas tank whenever it's running low. I am so thankful that this car gets me to where I want to get. I'm thankful that when I have friends and family in need who need a ride, I'm able to bless them by giving them a ride. I am just so excited, and I'm thankful that I have a vehicle, because I remember a time when I was walking everywhere, and I remember a time where I was using my bus pass and my train pass to get everywhere. So I'm thankful that I have this vehicle to get everywhere that I want to get, and I'm so grateful. And when the time is right, I know that I will have the financial ability, the financial wherewithal to get another vehicle. But in the meanwhile, I am grateful for this car. I'm going to take care of it. I make sure it gets to the car wash. I make sure it gets maintenance and the oil check. I'm going to make sure I make the most and I do right by this gift. And I'm going to be a good steward over this gift. Okay. So that's a very clear example of a shifting of how you respond to what you have. So if you tend to be a person who is just automatically off the bat defaulted negative, everything's bad, everything's wrong, you don't have enough, you can't lose any weight, you can't get healthy, or you just, everybody's always out to get you, and everybody's hard for you out here, and it's a struggle every day. When you got that kind of mindset, you will always self-sabotage, jeopardize yourself and those around you, and you will never see your full potential. I'm going to say that one more time. If you're a person who's automatically gravitating to the negative, where you always see something's bad, something's wrong, there's not enough, everybody's out to get you, it's a struggle out here every day. When you have that and that's your default, you will always self-sabotage, you will always undermine your potential, and you'll never get to fully who you really are. And then what I would encourage as a practice, if that is you or someone who is in your space, I would encourage you to model and be the example of what an abundance mindset looks like. There is no need to go and criticize and offend and disrespect other people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is whenever you are in the midst of experiencing either yourself have that negative self-talk, or you're in the midst of people in your circle, family, friends, or those around you who are constantly reaching for the negative self-talk or the lack mentality, you have the opportunity to model and exemplify an abundance mindset. You have an opportunity to infuse gratitude in the discussion. You have an opportunity to count the blessings and make it clear what they are in front of that person or in front of yourself on a daily basis. Because what we focus on, what we continue to speak about, we are constantly calling it in. So if you're constantly getting drama, trauma, all this stuff coming at you, it's because you speak about it a lot, you talk about it a lot, you think about it a lot, you talk with other people about it a lot. It's always in your space, so you're actually inviting it into your world. But and understand what comes out of our mouth is a reflection of the abundance or lack thereof of our heart. And so in our minds. And so if we're thinking about something a lot or feeling some kind of way a lot, what happens is we're going to speak that. And when you speak, understand there's powers and magnitude in the power of the tongue. There's power in what you speak. So what you say, you are edifying, you are growing, you are building to the point where if you speak good things about yourself, about other people, and it's positive affirmations, gratitude and goodness, you will build up a castle of blessings and abundance. If you continue to speak that negative self-talk, negative this, complaining about this one, and no one's doing anything right, and everybody's out to get you. When you continue to do that, you're building up a mountain and a castle that you're going to then encage and enslave yourself in. And then you look around in life and say, how come I haven't got to these places where I want to accomplish things? Or you look around and you say, how come I can't get to where I want to get? It's because your mind, your thoughts, your words are all building the very thing that will enslave you. And you wonder why you can't get free or you can't get loose. And so I encourage everyone watching this and under the sound of my voice, I encourage you. I really want to prompt you to understand the power of the mind and the power of our words. If you don't get anything from this video, I want you to get this one thing. Be committed and be determined, disciplined to yourself to say, anytime I'm about to complain about something, anytime I'm about to speak negatively about someone, Anytime I'm going to think negatively about someone, something, or even myself, I will make sure I stop myself. And I will choose to replace that thought, that word, or their action with a higher vibration of positivity. When I want to complain, I'm going to take a breath in, out, and say thank you. Say thank you for the blessings. Thank you for a beautiful day. Find at least one thing to say thank you for. So that's my encouragement for you, is when you feel like you're about to complain about yourself, about others, about life, choose higher. Choose to say thank you instead. And find at least one or two things you are blessed and grateful for. Because know this, no matter what it is you're struggling with, somebody somewhere around the world is praying for the thing that you're complaining about. Just think about that. Someone, you complain about your car, someone's just hopeful to get a vehicle to get around town. Someone's complaining about the bus pass. Someone's like, man, I wish I had legs and feet to even get on a bus without having to be on my wheelchair, or my mobility in my body. Somebody may be complaining about how high it is to pay rent, or how high it is to pay the gas prices, but be thankful that you have either financial support around you, or you have the ability to sustain financially. So I send these messages to you. I'm hoping and praying that it gives you a fullness in your abundance, a tank, that you continue to understand that gratitude is the very vehicle that we use to fill up our gas tank of abundance. So I send you that. I bid you love, peace, and clean living. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell. Thank you. Have a blessed one.